New York, let's start by waking up, really waking up. Not just to the alarm clock or the subway schedule, but to the moment we're in, to the city we live in, to the power and potential that surround us every single day. Because here's the truth, we are standing at a crossroads, and the choices we make, the energy we bring, the focus we commit, it all matters now more than ever. This isn't a time to sleepwalk through the streets or coast on what's comfortable. This is a time to open our eyes wide and recognize that we have the chance to shape something bigger than ourselves, something lasting, something extraordinary. Think about it for a moment. Every block you walk, every building you pass, every subway car that rattles through the tunnels, these are reminders that this city never stops. It's alive, restless, always moving, always pushing, but movement alone isn't enough. Motion without intention can carry us in circles. That's why we have to wake up not just to the noise, the chaos, the energy, but to the responsibility and the opportunity that come with it. The city that never sleeps is also the city that can't afford to be passive. We have to pay attention, we have to engage, we have to care enough to act. And waking up means seeing the reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. We've faced challenges before, and will face them again: economic shifts, social struggles, inequality, climate threats. But these challenges are not signs to retreat. They are signs to rise, to recognize that New York has always been a city that turns obstacles into opportunity. From the resilience after natural disasters to the ingenuity of people building businesses, art, and communities out of nothing but willpower and imagination, this city has always been defined by the ability to respond, to adapt, and to thrive. Waking up means honoring that history while also realizing that the moment before us requires something new, something bigger. Waking up also means recognizing the untapped potential in every corner of this city. Look at our neighborhoods: vibrant, diverse, full of talent, ideas, and ambition. Look at the people around you: students dreaming of change, workers innovating in small offices, artists creating without asking for permission. The energy is here, the creativity is here, the passion is here, but it isn't enough to notice it. We have to engage with it. We have to cultivate it. We have to direct it toward a shared purpose that can move this city forward. And yes, waking up is about self-awareness too. It's about asking ourselves tough questions. How do I contribute to this city? Am I showing up fully? Am I embracing the opportunities around me? Or am I letting life pass by while waiting for someone else to lead? Because here's the reality: no one else is going to wake up for us. We are the ones who have to decide to stand up, to focus, to commit. The power of New York has always been in its people, and the people who make it extraordinary are the ones who refuse to settle for sleepwalking through life. But waking up isn't just an individual act, it's a collective one. Every person who decides to engage, every community that steps forward, every neighborhood that refuses to accept stagnation adds to a momentum that becomes unstoppable. And momentum in New York is powerful. Once it starts, it spreads through the boroughs, through the streets, through the subways, through every corner of this city. Waking up means contributing to that momentum. It means refusing complacency and choosing action. Because when we wake up together, we don't just react to the world around us, we shape it. So today, I'm asking every New Yorker to wake up. Wake up to the possibilities, to the challenges, to the responsibility that comes with living in this incredible city. Open your eyes to the moment and say, I see it, I feel it, I am ready, because the city isn't going to wait for us to catch up. The streets are alive with energy, the people are moving, the ideas are flowing. And if we don't step in with focus, with intention, with commitment, we risk missing the chance to be part of something transformative. This is the moment to recognize what's at stake and what's possible. The moment to see the city not just as it is, but as it could be. The moment to stop hitting snooze and start taking ownership of the energy, the talent, and the power we all carry. Wake up, New York. Now that we've woken up to the moment, it's time to lock in, because recognizing the opportunity around us is just the first step. Awareness without action doesn't change a thing. Locking in means focusing, committing, and channeling all of that energy, creativity, and passion into something that actually moves the city forward. It's about clarity, discipline, and determination, about taking all the pieces of our potential and putting them to work in a way that actually matters. Locking in starts with understanding what makes New York unstoppable. It's not just the skyline, the history, or the landmarks. It's the people. It's the grit, the resilience, the unshakable ambition that pulses through every borough, every block, every corner of this city. We've seen it time and again, people rising up in the face of adversity, finding solutions when there seems to be none, refusing to quit even when the odds are stacked against them. That spirit is our advantage, our secret ingredient, but it's not enough to admire it. We have to harness it. We have to lock it in, focus it, and put it to work in a coordinated, purposeful way. Locking in also means recognizing our strengths and doubling down on them. We can't afford to scatter our energy chasing every idea, every opportunity, every distraction that comes our way. The city is full of noise, full of competing demands, full of things pulling us in every direction. But when we lock in, we choose where we put our energy. We focus on what truly matters. We prioritize what will have the biggest impact on our communities, our neighborhoods, and the city as a whole. It's about aligning our ambition with action, turning intention into tangible results. And let's be honest, locking in isn't always easy. It requires discipline, it requires consistency, it requires showing up even when it's hard, even when the work is invisible, even when nobody is watching. But that's exactly what builds momentum. That's exactly what turns potential into power. Every late night spent mentoring a student, every hour spent building a business or community project, every small act of courage, these are the moments that define the difference between dreaming and achieving. Locking in is about committing to those moments over and over again until they add up to something bigger than ourselves. Locking in also means collaboration. The New York that thrives isn't built by lone actors. It's built by communities, by neighborhoods, by networks of people who understand that we're stronger together than we are apart. It's about finding alignment, connecting with others who share your vision, and amplifying each other's strengths. When we lock in collectively, our energy compounds, our ideas multiply, our impact grows exponentially. That's how change happens on a citywide scale. One person can spark an idea, but a community can ignite a movement. And while we focus on what makes New York unstoppable, we can't ignore the challenges that test us every day. Inequality, climate threats, gaps in opportunity, systemic barriers, they're real, they're urgent, and they demand our attention. But here's the thing about New Yorkers, we don't shy away from challenges. We don't see obstacles as reasons to retreat. We see them as opportunities to innovate, to rise, to prove that our resilience isn't just a story from the past. It's alive, it's present, and it's driving everything we do. Locking in means facing these challenges head on with clarity, courage, and a shared commitment to solutions. Locking in also requires vision. It's not enough to act in the moment. We have to act with purpose. Every project, every effort, every decision should be guided by a clear idea of the New York we want to see. That vision becomes the compass that keeps us on course when things get hard, when setbacks happen, when distractions threaten to pull us off track. And the amazing thing about New York is that the vision isn't some abstract idea. It's written in the streets, in the people, in the culture, in the energy that surrounds us every day. We just have to recognize it, lock onto it, and move in its direction with focus and determination. So let's lock in together. Let's take the fire we've awakened in ourselves and turn it into focus, into clarity, into disciplined action. Let's stop letting energy drift and start channeling it where it counts most. Let's focus on what makes us strong, align ourselves with those who share our vision, and commit to creating the New York that reflects our highest ideals. Because when we lock in, when we truly focus our energy, there's nothing we can't accomplish. The city is alive and it's waiting for us to step up, focus, and act with intention. Lock in New York. Now that we've woken up and locked in, it's time to talk about changing everything. Because awareness and focus are just the beginning, the next step, the step that defines whether we stay in the realm of possibility or move into reality, is action. Bold, fearless, transformative action. Changing everything doesn't mean small adjustments or incremental tweaks. It means reimagining the way we approach our city, our communities, our lives, and refusing to accept limitations that others might try to impose on us. Changing everything starts with mindset. We have to see possibilities where others see obstacles, opportunities where others see walls. It means believing that what we do matters, that our efforts ripple beyond ourselves, beyond our neighborhoods, beyond our boroughs, and shape the city as a whole. Too often, people wait for someone else to step up, someone else to take charge, someone else to fix it. But New York doesn't need spectators, it needs doers. It needs people willing to take risks, to innovate, to experiment, to fail and try again. That's how transformation happens. That's how cities evolve. That's how we change everything. And yes, changing everything is scary. There are no guarantees. There will be critics, obstacles, and setbacks, but New Yorkers don't shy away from challenges. We thrive in the tension between what is and what could be. We see barriers as invitations to innovate. We see complexity as an opportunity to create solutions that others couldn't imagine. That's the energy that built this city from the ground up, the energy that has always made New York a place where impossible dreams become reality. Changing everything means tapping into that same energy today, right now, and refusing to be constrained by fear or doubt. Changing everything also means rethinking the systems, structures, and norms that shape our city. It's about asking the questions that matter. Why do things work the way they do? Who benefits, who is left behind, and most importantly, how can we do it better? Because transformation isn't just about new ideas. It's about better systems, more inclusive policies, and innovative approaches that lift everyone, not just a few. It's about creating a city that doesn't just function, but flourishes. A city where opportunity isn't limited by zip code, where creativity is celebrated, and where every New Yorker can see a path to success. And it starts with each of us taking ownership. Every small act of courage, every innovative idea, every choice to step outside our comfort zones contributes to a larger movement. Changing everything isn't a job for someone else. It's a responsibility we all share. It's in the late nights spent developing a project that could transform a neighborhood, the conversations that challenge outdated thinking, the mentorship that uplifts the next generation. These are the building blocks of transformation, and when we combine them, when we work together with intention, the result is a city that doesn't just evolve, it leaps forward. Innovation is at the heart of changing everything. It's not enough to do what's been done before. We have to push boundaries. We have to ask why not, instead of settling for that's how it's always been. That mindset is what drives Break. Through ideas in technology, art, education, housing, and every corner of civic life. It's the same mindset that fuels startups in Brooklyn, social enterprises in the Bronx, and cultural movements across Manhattan. When we embrace innovation as a core principle, when we see every challenge as a chance to create something new, we open the door to limitless possibility. And transformation isn't just structural or economic, it's personal and cultural too. Changing everything means challenging ourselves to grow, to stretch, to learn from each other, and to embrace perspectives we might not have considered before. It's about inclusivity, equity, and empathy, and recognizing that the strength of our city comes from its diversity. When we honor that diversity and leverage it as a source of creativity and strength, we don't just improve our communities, we redefine what New York is capable of. Ultimately, changing everything is about daring to imagine the city at its best, and then refusing to wait for someone else to make it happen. It's about stepping into our power and using it individually and collectively to create the New York we know is possible. Because the city is already alive with energy, talent, and ambition, but without bold action, without transformation, that energy remains potential, untapped, and unfulfilled. When we act, when we innovate, when we refuse to accept limitations, we turn possibility into reality. So I ask every New Yorker to step forward, to take risks, to innovate, to create, and to change everything. The city is waiting, the moment is now, and the future is ours to define. Change everything, New York. And now, let's talk about the new New York, the version of our city that we build together, not someday in some distant future, but right here, right now. Because the truth is, the New York we know, the one that wakes us up every morning with its noise and its chaos, is only part of the story. The real story is what comes next, what we choose to create with the hands, hearts, and minds we bring to this city. This is about imagination meeting action, about bold ideas meeting relentless energy, about every single New Yorker stepping up and saying, I'm part of this. Picture it for a moment. Imagine streets humming with innovation, neighborhoods that thrive because everyone has a seat at the table, and communities that don't just survive, they flourish. Imagine public spaces alive with creativity, schools that inspire curiosity and ambition, and businesses that reflect not just profit, but purpose. That's the new New York I see, and it's not just a dream. It's a vision waiting for our determination to make it real. Every city has its legends, but what makes New York legendary is its people. From the kid chasing a dream in a small apartment in Queens to the entrepreneur launching the next big idea in Brooklyn. From the artists painting murals in the Bronx to the teachers shaping the minds of tomorrow, the spirit of this city lives in us. And here's the thing, it's not enough to admire that spirit from the sidelines. We have to harness it, focus it, and amplify it, because the city doesn't transform on its own. It transforms when every one of us decides to show up fully, to take ownership of the energy, the ideas, and the challenges in front of us. I know what some of you might be thinking. How do we even begin? Change on a citywide scale can feel abstract, overwhelming, impossible. But look around you. Look at our neighborhoods, our streets, our communities. The seeds of transformation are already here. The courage, the ingenuity, the resilience there in every corner, waiting for us to nurture them. What we need now is alignment, aligning our efforts, our energy, our ambition, and our hearts. We need to see ourselves not just as individuals pursuing separate dreams, but as a collective force capable of moving mountains. Because when we do that, the new New York isn't just possible, it's inevitable, and make no mistake, this isn't about small, incremental change. It's about boldness. It's about pushing boundaries and asking, why not, instead of why. It's about transforming our city so that it reflects our highest ideals, not our lowest fears. We've seen what New York can do when it refuses to be limited, how it bounces back from every setback, reinvents itself after every challenge, and continues to shine as a beacon for the world. Now it's time to channel that same energy into shaping the new New York. A city that doesn't just endure, but excels in ways we haven't even imagined yet. This is where each of us comes in. There is no single hero, no lone visionary who can carry the city forward. The power lies in our collective action, our willingness to step up and do what's necessary to contribute what only we can contribute. It's in the volunteer hours, the mentorship, the late nights building something new, the conversations that spark ideas, the courage to challenge the status quo. Every effort, no matter how small it may feel, becomes a building block for the future we're creating together. And when those blocks connect, when our efforts intersect, the result is a city that is stronger, more vibrant, and more inclusive than ever before. I see a New York where opportunity isn't limited by zip code, where innovation thrives in every borough, and where every New Yorker feels seen, heard, and valued. I see streets and subways alive not just with movement, but with connection. I see a city where our diversity isn't just tolerated, it's celebrated, leveraged, and embraced as our greatest strength. And I see all of us from every neighborhood, background, and walk of life coming together to make that vision real. So let's do it. Let's take the energy, the passion, and the creativity that already define this city and channel it into building the new New York. Let's dream boldly, act decisively, and refuse to let anything hold us back. The city is ours to shape, and the future is ours to write. Every street, every block, every community is a page waiting for our story. And if we step up together, if we commit to this vision, there is nothing that can stop us. Are you ready, New York?